This is the Lines 2 math program. It is all about intersections and equations of lines. The first level, you're given two lines and you have to find their equations and where they intersect. Things that you can do. You can move, you can use the translation tool to move stuff around. You can plot points. You can zoom in. Okay, so if you click on a point, it tries to zoom into that point. You can zoom in, keep zooming in. If you double click, it'll zoom out. If you are zoomed out and you double click, it will zoom in as much as it possibly can with the origin right here. If you double click on the translation tool, it brings the origin back to here as well. You have a magnifying glass to zoom in. You have a zoom out magnifying glass. The snapping tools. If you're making a line, you can plot a point. If you grab near that point, it thinks you want to move that point. So you can move that point anywhere you like. You can use the arrow keys. You can use the arrow keys that are on the screen. If you hit another point, it will draw a line between them. You can make lots of different lines. The program is only ever going to ask you to draw two lines on some levels. So this is the snapping tool. Notice if I click in the center of one of these squares, it will just plot the point at the nearest intersections of the grids at integer values. If you want to plot at not an integer value, you have to click on this button. Wherever you drag the point to, it will go. Also, you can use your arrow key and it will move you 1/10 of whatever the width of the square is. If the width of one square is 1, it's moving you 1/10. If you wanted to plot 11.5, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 11.5. If you're zoomed in, if I wanted to get to 0.5, I could just do that. So there's my 0.5. But if I wanted to get to 0.55, this is 0.6, so 0.55, click on the unsnap key and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the line drawing tool. If I click down, the only thing I have selected is the unsnap. If I have the snap and I click, nothing's happening. But if I tell it that I want to start making lines, I can make a point and then the next makes my line. Line drawing tool does that for you. Then we have the pencil, which allows you to draw on the screen. If you're on a computer, hold down the control key to allow ink, or you can just press. It's kind of difficult to write letters while you're pressing on the trackpad. Hit the control, and then if you wanted to write 3x minus 2. If you want to make a straight line, just start drawing a line, hold the line for a second, it'll become a nice straight line, which you can then drag the other endpoint. You can change the color of the lines. Press the undo button will undo the last thing you've done. You can keep doing that, and then you could redo. You can erase all the lines. Double clicking on the eraser erases everything, or you can just click on the eraser once. Then you have an erasing tool which allows you to erase whatever you want. We have the question. We have a little tiny thing here which will make the question go away. If you want it to come back, go to view, go to show questions. So you could move that question anywhere you want. Let's say you want the question to be moved over there. You can just drag it. The same with the toolbar. You can just drag the toolbar wherever you like. The same with the spreadsheet. You can just grab it like that and drag it wherever you like. Same with the keys. You can grab the keys and drag them. You have, this keeps track of all your data, how many right you've got, how many wrong, the time that you've spent on the question so far, what level you're at. That's the date of the last time anything was saved to the database. We have a help menu. If you're looking at this, you know where the help menu is. It's right here. These are all videos, which will show you how to do any of these levels. Then view, you can hide the keys, you can show the keys, you can hide the tools, you can show the tools, you can hide the question, or you can show the question. We have a function button. So these are some of the functions that you can use inside the spreadsheet. For example, sum. Let's say you had 5 and we went up by 1. We wanted to add all those together. So you can say that that is equal to go to the function, sum of, I'm gonna go from that number and then I'm just gonna drag it down. So it's A1 to A4. Like that, and then it adds them all together. You have all these functions in here. Edit. You can undo, redo, you can copy stuff, paste stuff, fill stuff down, fill stuff right. If I wanted to fill something, if I want to fill all of this right, I can go to edit, fill right. Then we have the files. This brings you to the math page with all the other math programs. This brings you to your levels. In the levels, you can pick a level from here. It will also tell you all of your scores. If you just hold that over for a second, it gives you a description of what the level is. In the help menu, also if you hold that over, if you're holding over level 6, it will give you a full description of what this video is all about. That is the Lines 2 math program, which is all about intersecting lines and using algebra to find the points of intersection functions and finding the equations. Have a good day.